So this is the continuation of the course I told you I wanted to bring. And the second video was the first time I told you about the intro, that I will be introducing a course to you and I'm not selling a course to you. And then the second video, I actually gave you a kind of a rundown across some of the stores, and I told you that I will be explaining each of them in depth. Listen, if you don't get things right from the beginning, you are going to have a lot of problems. Why I'm showing you this is, let me show you my account. As you can see, my account, you can see 900 power ledger that I bought. And do you know how much 900 power ledger are? I can't access them. It's over $1,000. I can't access them. So if you don't get things right from the beginning, not very good for you. So please get it right. I'm not selling you a course. Get it right from the beginning. So the team, we talked about the crew, meaning the staff. So the staff are basically the insiders, and then the advisors are those outside, and then the partners, the rest. So let's talk about the crew, the staff. So the first thing you should be looking for is on a website, if they have a team, who are responsible for what and what. It should be defined. Yeah, this is the CEO. This is the public relations officer. This is the person there. This is his background. He has been working in this. You should have a resume. You should on the website, you should have links to their, maybe the Twitter contact or their LinkedIn contact. You should be able to know the team, who is behind the team. You should be able to know all this stuff. So when you have an ICO that is launching and there is no team on the website or on the white paper, there is nobody, it's just like anonymous, you should be very, very careful, because you should be asking yourself, why are you hiding? Some of them may say, oh, well, government regulations and the rest. The question is, okay, those who are coming and putting their faces and everything, are they not, why are they not hiding from the government? Why do you have to hide? So you have to pay attention to the team. So the more experienced the team, maybe sometimes you will see teams that have background already in the blockchain, or teams that have background in what they want to do. Like the team could be people who have been, maybe a company that they want to form like an energy, that is energy related. So maybe you might see people in the team who has been working in the energy field maybe for years now, or maybe a kind of e-commerce stuff. You will see people who have been working with e-commerce websites, or have been in businesses, or maybe insurance, or maybe trading. You see people who have been in Wall Street, who have been trading, so they know people who have experience. These are not just people who are just there to just come and do things. No, you will see people who have already gotten some form of experience. So you should be checking for the team, because you should know that you are not investing in a website. Neither are you investing on a white paper. Neither are you investing in a company. Company is just like sometimes a kind of physical structure. You are investing in people. So if the people are not really how will I put it, good people per se, or very well experienced, have all the technical side of it and the rest of them, you may not have a very good run for your money. So you should be working with people who are experienced, people who are committed, and the stuffs. And then the advisors. Who are the advisors? Because it's not enough to have the expertise. It's not enough to have the experience or be in the industry for a while. People need advisors. People need someone who will counsel them and some other stuff. So who are the advisors? Who is advising them? Now, when it comes to advisors, you have to check carefully, because sometimes humans can be very crafty. They could put where, oh, we have such and such person. Maybe the person is a person who is influential in the space, and they want to just use such a person as, they want to leverage on the such a person so that they will be able to get attention. And most of the times, it might not be true. So what should you do most times? When you see on a website or a white paper that, okay, this and this, they are advisors. Maybe sometimes some of these advisors may speak like on video, which is very, very good. Or sometimes they may write some stuffs, but you try as much as possible. Twitter is a very, very good Twitter is a very, very good avenue. Like most of the times, if I can show you my message, let me open my Twitter for you something. Well, sometimes I see some ICOs and I get back to the teams. Okay, sir, I have seen on such and such paper. Do you have any contact with this person? If the person has a kind of direct message, I contact them. Like as you can see, I contact them and see, like I was in a discussion with John McAfee. I was asking him about one of the projects that we actually running, and he included John McAfee's name. So I have to reach out to him. I said, this is what I'm saying, and you are an influential person in the space. Is this thing true? So you have to reach out to these persons. If you can't message them, reach out to them and let them know that maybe some of the times they don't even know that such and such person is actually using them for something, and maybe they are someone is trying to exploit them per se. So what you should do is reach out to these guys. Is this thing true? That you are advising this company, and most of the times you might even get the shock of your life. They might even tell you that I don't know about that company, because there was one of the projects I was researching, and they said they have Vitalik Buterin, which is the founder of Ethereum. They were calling some big names, and these are guys who are respected in the industry. I reached out to all of them. I said, this is what I'm saying. Do you know these people? All of them told me that they have no connection with these people. And after I made that investigation, they went to change the document. They went to change the documents of their company, the white paper. They want to change the white paper. Now, what should you do when you see a platform? Always download the white paper, even though you will not read the white paper per se. Always download the white paper, so that, and if it's also possible, save the website, save the web page on your system, because sometimes they may make certain changes that you may not be aware of. So always make changes then before you do your investigation. Then now that company I was telling you about, they said we have such and such and such persons behind us, and when I reached out to them, they said no. Do you know what when they changed the paper, they said we are considering having talks with such and such, which is not very, very, very good. Now, the third one is the partners. And the partner has to do with the financial and the expertise side of it. So maybe a company, let me bring a random company like Google or Amazon and the rest of them. You might see them on their website. You can also reach to these companies, because this company I told you that they changed their white papers. They said they are working with Visa. So I reached out to Visa. I said this and that. So, and at the end of the day, they have to even change their name and the rest of them. So you should reach out to these partners. Okay, maybe you see them working with. They said Microsoft is their partner. Reach out to Microsoft. Make your own investigation, because you should know that even though you have a lot of money to part with, know that there are people in the slums of Mumbai or in Africa or some part of the world like Syria, these are war zone. People, refugees who live in the refugee camp, who hardly have money to eat and the rest, and food to eat and the rest of them. So even though you have a lot of money to throw around, maybe you live in a country where there is abundance for everyone, you should be thoughtful. There are people even in your country. if we even in the States, everywhere there are people who are homeless and they don't have money and there's something. So you should make your own investigation. Reach out to these companies to actually confirm if they're actually involved. That is, you're reaching out to these companies. Is you also reach out to sometimes some people, some of these companies, they can copy someone and say it's part of their team and it's not part of their team. So you reach out to individual persons. So investing in ICOs is not very easy. You will have to reach out to these people to confirm if the claim on that website, on that or that white paper is actually a genuine claim. Then you can then know how to proceed. Now, when it was about the partners are in the financial aspect. You know, when there is money, you can pull this thing through. So with money, you can also bring the best expertise and the rest of them. So you have to reach out to all this. Another thing again you should have to check with the team is how the team relates. The team, I'll call it the team public relations. Is the team very communicative with the public, or is it a team that you send them maybe a complaint or an inquiry and it takes hours or days, or sometimes it's ignored? So you have to see those things, because I have discovered in my relation with people in businesses and some other stuff, if people are not when it comes to communication, if people have flaws in communication, most times it's an index. It's like it's a pointer to see that things are not all right most times. So a company should be open to questions. You should be able to ask them any question. Even though you ask them a foolish question, they should be able to answer you without provocation. So take all these metrics: the crew, the advisors, then the partners. Like I told you, I said I'm going to explain a lot of things. So we'll be seeing that in the other video, the second metric you should be looking for. So have a